Welcome to the Scottish Rite Journal podcast, an audio presentation of the Scottish Rite Journal, brought to you by the Supreme Council of the Scottish Rite, Southern Jurisdiction, Mother Supreme Council of the World. This week's article is The Cardinal Virtue of Prudence. Is Prudence Always Positive? By Brother Mark Dreisenstock, 33rd degree, and comes from the May-June 2024 issue of the Scottish Rite Journal. We conclude our survey of Freemasonry's four cardinal virtues, fortitude, justice, temperance, and prudence, with our consideration of prudence, which teaches us to regulate our lives and actions agreeably to the dictates of reason and to judge wisely. The biblical book of Proverbs, written, at least to tradition, by wise King Solomon, presents this vital connection between prudence and wisdom. The hearts of the wise make their mouths prudent, and their lips promote instruction. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 23. Although Masons treasure the wisdom of Solomon and the biblical tradition and are ever aware of the importance of the cardinal virtue of prudence in the craft, some classic Masonic thinkers are more restrained in their views on it. In his conversations with his interlocutor Eckermann, for instance, Brother Johann Wolfgang von Goethe opines, that which is right and prudent does not always lead to good, nor the contrary to what is bad. In an essay on man, Brother Alexander Pope, Enlightenment poet and satirist, writes that, in some instances, sloth can be philosophy and avarice prudence, associating prudence with one of the 7 deadly sins. In his 10th degree lecture, Illustrious Elect of the 15, in Morals and Dogma, Illustrious Albert Pike, 33rd degree, speaks highly of prudence, but also includes a quote from a Druidic source encouraging the brethren to be moderately wise and not overprudent. Thus, should one be prudent in the extent to which one exercises prudence? What is certain is that for further light on this, and indeed for all 4 Masonic cardinal virtues, it is prudent to explore the wisdom of different times and of different cultures. The essence of prudence, following the dictates of reason and judging wisely, urges us to consider many voices in any discussion of the topic, while not descending into a simple-minded prudishness. The 20th degree, Master of the Symbolic Lodge, in which prudence is listed first among 29 virtues, prudently puts the Scottish Rite stage 9 sages of different eras and geographical realms, including the Persian philosopher Zoroaster, the classical Chinese sage Confucius, the Babylonian lawgiver Hammurabi, and the leader of the biblical Exodus, Moses. We close this brief rumination on prudence with the words of illustrious Swami Premananda, 33rd degree, past Wise Master of the District of Columbia's chapter of Rose Croix. He writes introspectively, "Prudence may be called the economy of our inner self." Premananda, 101 Number Qualities, Washington, D.C., 1956, page 93. While it is apropos to explore various views on prudence from different traditions and to hear an occasional dissenting voice as to whether prudence always leads to good, we should focus on this last injunction that prudence, as well as the cardinal virtues of fortitude, justice, and temperance, is ultimately a question for meditation and reflection within the inner self, within the recesses of the inner chamber of the soul. Like and share this article, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you wish to comment, please leave one, and as a reminder, hit the notifications bell. Any accompanying photographs or citations for this article can be found in the corresponding print edition. The Scottish Rite Journal is published by the Supreme Council of the Scottish Rite, Southern Jurisdiction, Mother Supreme Council of the World. Mark Dreisenstock, 33rd degree, Managing Editor. I'm your host, Matt Bowers.